Hey guys, here we go. I'll turn down the music just a bit. You know, I've never heard the Shadows of Valentia soundtrack before, and it is awesome, I have to say. So, hello everyone, good evening, or good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in whatever part of the world you're in. I'm PowerToMario. Tonight we're going to continue our series on web design. Acting like I'm teaching something. Maybe I am. I don't know. But I just love I love the fact that so many of you are enjoying this, and hopefully you are inspired to do your own projects just from watching this stream. The subject of our website design is a video game speedrun website, and although we don't have any concrete functionality, I can't really demonstrate what the website is going to do just yet. Hey, Firefly, thanks for following. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. But although we don't have concrete functionality in the website just yet, we're designing the layout. We're messing around with CSS properties and just kind of getting in the hang of doing that. Very soon, I do want to dive into really making this thing work, right? So I want to have, you know, I want to use some PHP and MySQL even, because that's what I did with the Mario Masters website way back in the day. For any of you who are participating in that a few years ago, and that was a lot. That was a lot of fun to make, but that was at the time a tall task. But you know, as the years go on, we get smarter and more capable, we hope. So, first of all, a big thank you to everyone from the Twikings channel for the raid last time. That was really cool. And for those of you that stuck around, I hope that you were inspired. And I also want to let everyone know that we got our first subscriber emote approved on Twitch. That's a huge milestone. And here it is in chat for you. It's just Mario. Why not? I love it. So for Odinspec and for Cosmic Snowman, that's for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel in the way that you have. I say this a lot, but I do very much appreciate it. It motivates me to continue. Now I love doing web design streams already. But anything like that is always, for anybody, is always going to be a great motivator. So thank you so much. Anyway, I'm going to decrease the volume a lot in my headset because it is a little bit loud for me. Whew. Anyway, let's go ahead and flip right over to in-game. We'll call it in-game. Right now I'm using the code editor Visual Studio Code from Microsoft. It's wonderful. I've used, what have I used in the past? I used Atom on my MacBook Air, and I also used Dreamweaver before. Now people scoff at Dreamweaver sometimes, but it was powerful and still is, and I love using it. But this takes the cake. And Mystic Seagull actually introduced me to an extension. What was the name of that extension? I'm going to find it. Source control, debug run, extensions. Live server. That was easy enough. I can actually run my computer as a local server, and all live changes are updated over here. And so if I click this Go Live button, ho-ho. I actually should take this over here probably. Let's make a change just to demonstrate that. So, for instance, when I change the title of the website, VG Speed, and that's up here. Oh, I need to enable code wrap or word wrap to like VG blah, because you have to replace everything with blah. Look at that. Right over here, it updates it automatically. I say it's pretty cool. And very helpful, especially because you don't want to always keep jumping back over to your browser window to refresh all the time, especially You know, if you have multiple screens, and let's say you want to verify that your changes affected multiple browser and viewport widths, then that is a very helpful tool. Very simple add-on. Took me 10 seconds to add it as an extension. So thanks for that, Seagull. Much appreciated. I feel like that's going to become a catchphrase. Much appreciated. Woohoo! Something like that. All right, so let's decide on what we want to work on first. Right now, we only have 2 pages, really. We've got the user profile page here, which, by the way, has a Twitch embed at the bottom with a chat room even. That's pretty cool. The Twitch API actually makes it very easy to figure out how to add stuff like that. So well done to the authors of that. You know, I really want to settle on a color scheme. So let's go ahead and explore that. Now, what we decided the last time was that we were going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and move quickly to the generator, because although that color effect's really cool, not everyone is going to enjoy seeing that all the time. So, and give me one moment, because my webcam is getting really crazy with colors. Because I notice it. If you don't notice it, you'll notice that it gets brighter, and then it dims, and then brighter, and then the saturation's lost. And I just don't want you all to have to deal with that, you know. Okay. That probably didn't fix it. Not sure how to deal with that. Okay. So we were going to decide on the color scheme, but remember from last time we decided that the profile page, the user preferences were going to decide the color scheme for that individual. We could even go so far in the future as to say, well, only that user can see the changes, and maybe keep the base color scheme the same for every other outward-facing user, every other public user in that situation. We could do something like that. And it's good to have that when you're looking at these web pages. Like I can already see, like, it's a good idea to get those thoughts out loud and even put it on paper. That's why I got me a pen and paper. So anytime there's anything on the website that I want to try to work on, I put it on paper and I try to make it a task for later. And this is definitely helpful if you're trying to think of ideas for what to do on the stream, if that's what you're going to do with your project. Maybe it's not web design. Maybe you're programming a video game, or, which I see a lot, by the way. I see a lot of game dev stuff, which makes sense. It's Twitch. Or if you're working on some sort of real project, then that's a little offensive to say that a video game is not a real project. I love video games. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're working on something that's a little bit more, if it contributes to society in a different way, let's be a little diplomatic with that. Paper. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, if what you're affecting affects more than just the gaming world, you know, if it's affecting the real world, yeah, then whatever you're doing, get your thoughts down, focus on the task at hand, and come back to it. Hey, Kirk, welcome. Kirk, hi. Sorry, that's a little loud on my mic. Ooh, let's bump that down a little bit. Oh, Kirk, welcome to the stream, buddy. This project is a video game speedrun submission website. So let's go back to the home page, if I can. There we go. So you'll notice that we've kind of got a rough concept. We've got a speedrun submission page, top 10 times for certain games, a contact form, and even a spotlight on speedrunners, and we used the someone who followed and watched the stream a couple nights back. And there's also a user profile page for those speedrunners to kind of showcase what they're good at or what they like to play. And that is the gist. That is the core concept of this website. And it is going to be a project that spans many streams. This is not something that you can just build in one night unless you bootstrap a bunch of different pre-made stuff and you're only working on the core logic and database stuff. Let's see here. I said we were going to go ahead and color scheme, and we'll write down all of our ideas for color scheme. And I saw that comment. I will react to that in a moment. So profile only seen by user versus all. Public sees default or their own. There we go. Got that on paper, so we won't forget. Right now, I am using Visual Studio Code as my code editor. We've only done HTML and CSS so far. And it will be that way for probably most of the stream, if not all of it. But we will be diving into doing desktop and a mobile viewport widths now. I teased on Twitter that we would actually be going into CSS media queries, which I haven't touched in a while. You know, this is my first big foray back into web design. But we should be able to pick up the information really quickly. So let's go back to the website to find our color scheme, coolors.co. Very cool. So if I hit spacebar, we get different colors. So I'm going to pretty much just pick one that I really like and roll with it. And we're going to define some borders and link colors, some background colors, font colors, do all of that. What's the back end going to be? I do not know yet. Now, what I would like to do is for the database, I would like to do MySQL and PHP. That's my comfort zone. That's what I did in the past, a couple times. So I'm already familiar with doing it that way, and it's actually very easy to implement on your local server or your computer. Now I have looked into Node.js, this JavaScript based backend. I don't know enough about that to really feel comfortable trying to do that live on stream. I think with that, if I were to decide to do a project with that, I would want to get a bit more comfortable with that first, and then introduce it. So I'm not spending 2 hours trying to figure out what one thing does. We only spent, I think we were stuck on one thing for 10 minutes on one stream. What song is this? And I will get sidetracked by looking up music on what I'm listening to is radionintendo.com. Oh, this is Doom. Oh, I should have known that. That sound combination is very distinct. Okay. And for this, I want to go with more of a blue. Blue is a very friendly color. Very friendly web color. Especially because it can be seen by most people. And you have people who are colorblind who cannot see reds and greens and yellows and purples very well. I do want to go with something that's very blue. And this is one of the favorite things I like to do. I like to just be surprised at what comes up next on the generator. Now you might think I'm kind of crazy, but you might be right. That's okay. We all enjoy things a little bit differently. That's true with gaming too. I'm a big strategy buff, turn-based strategy. But I also can enjoy some platformers now and then. Not all the time. Which is funny because growing up playing Super Mario games, the games that drew me weren't the platformers. Now, I enjoyed the platformers. That's what broke me into liking the series. But then I played the sports titles, the RPGs, and I've always enjoyed those more than anything else. Okay. So we've got something here. Okay. We're going to settle on this. We're not going to spend too much time rifling through color schemes. We're going to go for this right here. Can I move this over here just so I can show you? Oh, it's even going to do... Oh, wow. Whoa. I need to see all of the all of that first. Yeah, it's going to cut over a little bit, isn't it? 122C34. We're going to go to the main CSS file here, and we're going to do our text color as that. And I'm sorry, I got to hop back over because it's bleeding over. 122C34. And this is sort of a gray. Let's call it gray-blue. That's more of a Charleston green. That's my favorite black color is Charleston green. Just the name. It's just obviously not completely green. Legendary Cerberus. What's up, Cerberus? Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Or, if you're on the opposite side of the world, a great Wednesday. Might be Wednesday for you already. Whatever. Well, it being web design is fun. I'm having a great time. Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much. Just kind of a preview of what we're going to do today. Let me show you the website we're working on. Yep, getting sidetracked. It will happen, guys. It's a video game speedrun website. That's the concept. And we've got ourselves a menu that appears when you hover over the header and stays there. Not well polished, but it works. It works the way we want it to. No JavaScript required for that. I got to avoid it and come up with a solution, so that was nice. Click on here, and it'll take you to a user profile page that shows off their video game speedrun times, games that they like to play, how they compare with others. We're really building an idea. And that's how we're beginning this. We're not building core features or functionality just yet. We're just kind of at a high level coming up with what we want. And then once we get the design we want, then we'll go dive into the back end and start working on things. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. What's my primary? Okay, so instead of thinking primary, secondary. Okay. Yeah, you got netted by the language filter. That's okay. I'll allow it. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question. No, it's okay. Ask away. We're going to go with backgrounds. We're going to do a main background, and we're going to do a sidebar background. Let's do that. Let's think in those terms. How this site differs from current speedrun sites. Man, you want me to do a comparative analysis and try to come up with something that makes my website stand out. Is that what you're asking? Oh, boy. Yeah, you're asking me things. Well, tell you what. Just for you, I'll take a minute. I'm hopping over to speedrun.com. That's a website that I don't know if anyone really uses that officially. You're going to have to direct me to Speedruns Live. There we go. I found it. Oh yeah, check this out. Here we go. No, no, I actually don't have any qualms with the way these are set up. In fact, a lot of the ideas are inspired by what they've done. So, for example, I really loved how speedrun.com shows off where people are from, their nations, and so that's going to be incorporated into the user profile creation. Yeah, just because I can. Yeah, this is really a portfolio builder. Yeah. First off, to enjoy. You know, I enjoy the idea, and I know there's so many little things that'll help build my skill level, not just creating a fancy and beautiful layout, but also all the stuff behind the scenes. And this presents a cool opportunity to work on those ideas. So I like that about speedrun.com. And of course, Speedruns Live has, you know, integrates Twitch, and it creates a way to discover not only people who do speedrunning, but people who speedrun and stream. So I definitely want to make that a part of this idea. Yeah, see, this speedrun website looks like the Wild West. Because I get the feeling that some of these times are not are hard to verify. Speedruns Live, I've never really checked out. I have heard of, but never checked out. But this seems more. This looks like it can be verified much easier. Let me click on someone's Final Fantasy IX speedrun. Someone who's live. We'll start watching. Yeah, okay. Now, does this person have a user profile? They do. And see, this is wonderful. Look at this. They even index the entries they submit. There's even a time. The type of speedrun it is. This is really nice. Yeah, absolutely. Anything can be improved. Anything can be improved. But this is a really impressive, and this kind of mirrors the idea that someone had suggested in the last stream, which was to try to show how you compare to others. And this does a very good job of that. Because obviously you can see this guy's in third for any percent in Link to the Past behind these two. Now, are these the best speedrunners in the world? Is this the website to go to find out who's the best in something? I don't know. So anyway, thanks for cluing me in on that. Now I have something to really look at. All right, let's get back to colors now. So 2A4494 I'll use for the main background, and the sidebar background I will use 224870. Now I'm not I will not proclaim to be an expert on color theory or how to match things together. See ya, Brandon. Thanks for stopping in, bud. I said a Link to the Past, and he's gone. Yeah, I went on this website and found a color scheme that that caught my eye, and just going to use it, mess around with it, and if we need to change hue, saturation of different colors because it doesn't look that great together, then we'll change things. That's okay. And then this one's background main, background sidebar. Maybe we can just use that as our border color. Let's try using that. 4EA, 5D9. And then maybe we can use that as an anchor hover for our links. And we're going to use, not $, Yeah, dingus. We'll do that. Okay, so now we have our color scheme in our table of contents for the CSS file. I just started building a website in Drupal dedicated to JRPGs like Final Fantasy and Star Ocean. Oh, Drupal. Ah. Backend framework for PHP. That could be where I go next when we start building out the PHP for this website. Yeah, I was gonna do MySQL, but do you think Drupal might accomplish what I'm doing in a better way than MySQL would? Ah. Whoa. That warrants further research, I think. All right. I got a task. I'm going to look up Drupal, put it on my board. Ha! That fell off. Of course it did. Well, awesome. Research. Drupal. And we can see what we can do with that. I can sure make my computer support it. I surely can. Just gotta find out how and do it. My server is my second solid state drive. Thank you so much, man. Okay. We back at it. All right. And so let's go ahead and make some simple changes here, okay? So if we go back to our homepage featured section right here, we've got pink text. We can probably get rid of that style. And the pink border is going to change to this color right here. Let's head back down. Here we go. So border is going to be this color. It does, doesn't it? Interesting question, Kirk. Is Drupal a content management system like WordPress? Okay. And we went with that for color. And then we're going... See, look at our changes. You can just see it change right before your eyes. I put in the new border and took away the hot pink. And now I'm going to use our new main background color. And we're going to go ahead and as a default style for the main HTML tag, we're going to do background color. I keep saying gonna all the time. Need to break that. Okay. See, that doesn't work because we have a dark background with a dark font color. So perhaps our text should be white. And what should we do with this? Light gray. Let's look for a color that could work there. Okay. I used to have the color picker on here, and I forgot how to make this appear. Nope. It's not appearing for any of these. So we'll actually go to here. And I've already got the color decided on. Color picker. Let's try... E0E 4. Let's try that. Or E0E 4E5. Let's try that color. Color is going to be maybe a little brighter than that. EDEFEF. I like that better. Okay. Let's just roll with that. Okay. We also have styling for the speedrun form. That's a little far down, isn't it? There we go. Speedrun form actually should be... It's still technically part of the main. So... do we want the form to have different... I'm not sure. That we can see that much better. I think we can roll with that because the border is what's going to distinguish each section. Yep. Thanks for the heads up. I didn't know that. I didn't know I had a style overwrite right down here. We took care of that. Let's go to the inspect. Let me just see what we're dealing with here. And what have I applied here? I applied margin to the H2s. And I applied padding rules to the div sections. How did I do this though? Padding. I applied padding left to each of these. But really, that could just be applied to the form itself. There's really no need for me to apply that to the individual divs in there. So let's go ahead and change this padding left to the form. Same effect. Am I going to apply CSS to the actual text boxes and buttons? Just use the default browsers. Yes. The plan is to do some form styling. I was tempted to just go to pure CSS and slap in one of those. Like I could do that right now and just show you how that works. PureCSS.io. I go to forms. It's a 1.4 kilobyte file to do the forms from them. The contention that I have with doing it that way. Cerberus, thanks for following, bud. Thank you so much. By the way, there's that pesky little notification button along with that follow. If you don't have it on and you want to get notifications when I go live, just go ahead and click that. YouTube does it too. I just don't understand why it's default. Maybe it is default. I don't know. But the problem I have with slapping in pure CSS is the class names aren't semantic, and I want to know what I'm looking at. Well, semantic in that they don't really describe the content that's within it. It's purely a stylistic class name. And so, what I could just do, let me take a second look at it first. Because it's got class names like pure form, pure checkbox, U mid 1.3. Like it's trying to be a layout, but it's not telling me what's inside. The label does, I guess. I could just take the CSS from these two and just use it. Like here, I'll go ahead with it. I'm trying to find the documents for it too. Oh, fantastic. I don't remember them having a distribution network for this. Let's go. Yeah, see it already makes changes. Let me add it before instead. Okay. And then, like, if I want to do buttons, right? And I want to change this to a pure button, I go down to our button and I call it class. It didn't autocomplete. Pure button. There you go. There's a pure button. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, so there is actually, if you go down to your PowerPoints, I have something specifically for that. It's called Request a Feature, and it's about 450 PowerPoints. And if you want to, like, ask for something specific that you want included in the website, then you can do that. If you just have, like, can I recommend a solution that'll help you solve the problem, or get, how do I say it? Get through a task faster, you can do that without the PowerPoints. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I could just slap pure button on like that if I wanted to, but I am going to remove the reference to pure CSS and get that out of here. There we go. Trying to think how I'm going to do this. Okay, so even looking at this, and Mystic Seagull went with their own color scheme for their profile, so I'll stay true to that and keep it that way. Sitemap doesn't like that. What should I do with that, I wonder? And main does have a width tied to it. See, instead of doing 90 view width, I could just apply side margins of 5 view width or padding of 5 view width instead. Accomplishes the same thing, and it allows for the background to fill the entire width of the screen. So we're going to go up to. Did I set that as a main style, or did I? Website main header, featured content, speed form, main footer. Man, I have to go back to the inspect again. Homepage content. That's how I did that. There it is. Okay. So instead, we're going to add padding of 0.5 view width. Perfect. There we go. All right, no problem, man. Perfect. See, using that code inspect on Chrome, man, saves the day. I love that. Okay. Sitemap. Let's work on the footer here and incorporate the color scheme into that. Here we go. Here is our website main footer. Website main footer, what are we going to use here? I'll go ahead and use the sidebar color, because that's not our main content. It's even though it's a footer. Let's see that. There we go. Ah, our default styling for the anchor tag. What was the HSLA value? Because what I would like to do is I would like to apply a hover effect that decreases the brightness of the color, just so you know that you're mousing over the actual link. So we have 44 CFCB. We're going to go to our anchor element here, and we're going to incorporate our new color. And we're going to apply a hover pseudo element. And that was the color that I wanted. But I want HSL. Do I want to do the CMYK value? Hold the phone. Is it going to give me the alpha? No, the alpha is for opacity. We have a solution here. Thanks to this website, brilliance. We can actually just adjust, or we can do different shades, right? So if I want to do a darker color, 329794. Is this Fable? 329794. Am I hearing this right? Or is this Star Wars? Nope, it's Harry Potter. Of course it is. Oh, and Prisoner of... I haven't played that game on GameCube in such a long time. Silly. Potter fans in shambles. Seriously. Kabutops. The praying Kabutops. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to tonight's web design stream. Darker color on hover. Just make a little comment there. Why not? Check this out. Our link colors changed. And you can tell when you hover over them, they get darker. And that's this anchor hover. It does that for all of them. We're going to roll with this, but we'll improve the color scheme later on. Why is there an S there? That is so annoying. There we go. Just a dangling S in the HTML element. Or the main element. Okay. Hover looks fine. These envelopes are black, though. Maybe we can get rid of those. Take those out. Ba, 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 ba. And no, there is no PowerToMario.com. There used to be. Once upon a time, there used to be. But there is not any longer. Sad. Okay. We got sitemap done. How's this looking? Ha! Mystic Seagull is doing some Laravel. Let's watch him. Ho! Stream within a stream. So Mystic actually showed off some of the Laravel project management site they were building. And now looks like they're working on some more of their website. Now this guy, he showed me the extension for live server, He's going back and refreshing. I don't. Well, it looks like he's using a local host, but he's. It's okay if maybe he's not using it for a reason, perhaps. But anyway, cool. Glad Mystic's doing some streaming here. That's cool that we ran into that. Okay. What did I say I was going to do? Profile. Let's go here. Let's work on our top 10s page. Let's just build out another page. Top 10 HTML. There we go. Top 10 runs. And then we're going to fill in the title with whatever game you're looking at, right? So we're going to do top 10s of the David Letterman page. That's right. He's famous for that, isn't he? Let's do. See, Paper Mario speedruns are so much fun to watch, so we're going to do that. Okay. We're going to take the header from the other pages and reuse that, and then top 10s is yeah. This is from Pokemon Gold and Silver. Pokemon March, that's right. I forgot the name of the song. So fun. We'll go ahead and update all of our headers manually. And we will be able to quickly navigate to our top 10s. Oh, but here's the problem. We need to go ahead and link our style sheet on that page. Could have always just duplicated the index, the HTML file. Could have always done that. One thing we can do, we can take that sidebar color and apply it to our header as a background color. Well, let's put it under the height. One thing I also like to do too is group the properties. Oh, that won't work. What am I doing? What are you doing? Wrong color. Wrong lever. Better. And what do you know? This color scheme really does fit with the icon too, but not that blue. This pink synergizes well with that. Okay. Here we go. We'll move the profile over there. Working on our top 10. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to paper and go ahead and sketch out the idea for the top 10. A speedrun site could be easily created in Drupal. That's good to know. It'll make things so much easier. We'll keep our idea sheet right here and work on how do we want this to go. This should be simple enough, really. There we go. That's our menu up top. And then we're going to go ahead and sketch out the list here. This will be really easy to make. And then we'll draw this down here. I'll show you all what I'm drawing in a moment. Haha, suspense. Dun, dun, dun. Easy peasy. Gamer 3. And then we've got their just because we can build it ourselves. Okay, show you a preview of what I'm doing so far. So here we go. We've got our menu and our header up top. And then here is our top 10. We've got box art for the game up here. We've got the title of the video game, and then below it we will show the mode of the speedrun, meaning any percent, 100%, tomato percent, whatever you want to call it. And then the top 3 will be in have very big boxes, very big print. And then everybody else in the top 10 will be a little bit smaller and will fall below it. Of course, their times will be listed in this column. And then naturally, the bottom is going to be our sitemap and all that stuff. But we won't. I'll put the footer in after we're done building out the top 10 page. Okay. Class. We're going to call this one top 10 main content. And then, of course, what do we want this to be? We want to have a section that is class top 10 main content metadata, I guess. Yes, we could. We could use the nth child selector. I keep calling it a pseudo element. I don't think it's called that. I think it's just the selector. So I need to use the right nomenclature if I'm going to pretend to know what I'm talking about. Yes, we could use that nth child that's probably going to be, it's this index of 0, right? So we could do n plus 2. Right? No, it would be Thomas. Evens would be easy. It would just be 2n. So I just style 2n how I want after I style the first one. There you go. Table. We're going to do t head, which is going to be place. And then we're going to do name of runner and time. There we go. And then T row. And we're using the BEM naming convention for our class naming on this. So we're going to have a block of name top 10 main content with elements, metadata, and call it leaderboard. Easy enough. And then number 1. We are number 1. Hey! I know. I can feel your eye rolls. And that way, I don't really need to class name these. Unless I want to do something kind of, like if I want to use a modifier, I would just still use it in the table class, and I don't need to stress myself out over creating classes for all of these different whatevers. Yeah, see. Ooh. Yeah, see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3. You know, I wish, I wonder if there is something like in Microsoft Excel, for instance, you can always, it will intelligently autocomplete a sequence for you. So you can actually start 1, 2 on different cells, highlight them, and then force it to go all the way to whatever number you want in sequence. On here, I don't think there is a shortcut to do so. So I have to actually edit the content manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we can get rid of this row. We don't need that. Okay. Yep, look at that. We've already got our table set up. I'll go ahead and stick the footer in there just to have it there. In the top 10. There you go. Okay. And I'll go ahead and I'll put a line of spacing between these and collapse them just for ease. We do not need to really, we don't really care. We know what's inside these table rows. We don't really care to see them while we are working on the CSS. But if I click the 3 dots, it'll actually uncollapse it. Okay, there we go. And now we can kind of work on the layout of this table. I'm going to add user profile, top 10 leaderboard. What do I call it? No, it's by block name. So it's actually top 10. I did call it user profile, so I will call it top 10 main content because that's what I called it for number 5. Sonic Colors is trying really hard to be uni racers. It's trying really hard. So we'll copy this over, move down. Call it number 5. Top 10 main content. Top 10 main content. We're going to stick with the same. Footer's not part of main. Did I do that? Oh man, I did. I'm a goof. That's better. Oh boy. Alright. And of course we have top 10 main content metadata. And then top 10 main content leaderboard, which will actually be our table. And the table, I want to, how do I want to do this? Is there HTML that groups? Do I need to do class naming, actually? Am I overthinking it? Yes, I am. Because I can just define a style for the first, second, and third, if I already know how many columns I have, I can just do something like this, right? Top 10, maybe board, T-row TD, nth child 1, and I can do this. Two, 3. So let's say we wanted to do what you said, Cerberus, and we can do a width of 10%. We can do a width with auto width 20%, right? There you go. Magical. We also need to ensure that T head performs the same, right? Oh. Hold on a second. Let's just do this. We don't need to redo that. Comma. T head. Look at that. Right? Did I do that right? Yeah, I think I did. Although it doesn't appear necessary, because if you look closely, it's okay. I just want to cover my butt here. T head 3 Alt Z. There we go. Yeah, you won't see a change, but there is a change. And then top 10 main content leaderboard, T head, TD, text align center. Look at that. We've centered everything. It's looking great. Thank you for the width suggestions. Let's see here. Canada? Let's make all of our runners Canadian, eh? So, how did I do this over here on the profile page? I am not. I am American. I'm from the U.S. Living in Florida right now. Living near Tampa. Let's see here. Ah, the flag's not that big. It's actually pretty decent. It's all good, man. I've got a couple friends from Hamilton, Ontario. I know a lot of people. I have a couple friends from Hamilton, but I have run into tons of people from Hamilton and from Toronto. An insane number. So many people from Ontario come down to Tampa and Naples and Sarasota every single year around this time, around winter time. Lots of snowbirds. They have this on their radio, the Evolution soundtrack. I wonder what Pokemon it's going to be. Nothing? Oh well. Got my hopes up. And do we care about this though? Yeah, we kind of do. 10. Leaderboard. T-row, TD. IMG. Let's do width. 25 pixels. Sure. Vertical align middle. Does that affect? Yeah. I didn't. I've had so many problems trying to understand vertical alignment. And I remembered that will work. That will work on the image tag inside table cells like that. Fantastic. I love that. And we picked the right pixels. The right pixel size. So happy with that. Let's go ahead and apply that. Oh, you know what? Hey, listen. Give me some countries. Give me two more countries to represent on here that aren't the United States. Let's be atypical here. Italy and the United Kingdom. On it. Did I go with SVG? Yes, I did. Okay. I went with rounded. Oh yeah, let me search UK flag instead. Oh, that'll work just fine. We're going to go with Italy flag. Perfect. Oh, neat. Yep. Same style choice here. Okay, there we go. I'm doing stuff in the background to bring those flags in, so no worries. No need to fear. There we go. And we've added those. Why am I going with SVG? Because I can make it any size I want. And it's digital. So it's going to adjust, and it's going to have the same level of quality, same quality, no matter what size I put it at. It's going to look great. So when I decide to make this into a desktop layout, I can make the flag a little bit bigger on screen if I want to, and I won't lose any clarity there. Kazakhstan, not Mark. Welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and add Kazakhstan to here. Oh, did I spell it right? Yes. I had someone actually go on a mission trip over there once, so I've got just a bit of familiarity with them. Oh, that looks good though. That flag has some shading on it too, like the sun's hitting it. We're going to add Kazakhstan on here. Sweet. I love the ideas, man. Okay. Sorry, I can't see the chat at the moment. I'm going to add Kazakhstan to the list. Look at that. We have enough here that we could probably make a folder called flags. Go ahead and add them to the flags folder. There we go. Let's see here. Flags. Change it on the user profile. We'll go into our top 10. There we go. Time to expand all the ones we collapsed. Let's expand them all. We're going to copy over our gamer 2. Put a space there. We're going to call this United King. Nope. Did I choose a class Canada? Hold on a second. Canada. Oh, right. For the user profile, I did that. maybe here's what I'll do. That had purpose on the other page. And I will go ahead and remove the class from these because they are unnecessary. There we go. UK. Where I go with United Kingdom flag. There we go. Well, actually, we will actually copy this over. Nope, wrong cell. No, I don't need the MDN open right now, thanks. That's cool, though, that it links you to the MDN page for these HTML tags. I like that. And then Italy. We'll just do Italy flag. Look at all those flags we have. Look at that. I'm sorry, we've got an elite league of Kazakh players that just swarmed Paper Mario all of a sudden. Here you go. You know, they just love this game so much that they're dominant in this the any percent category, which by the way we never made. So let's go ahead and do H1. Oh, section, right? Hold on a second. Within section we have. See, now I have to outline this. Figure out what I'm going to do here. So inside of metadata, we're going to do metadata, box art, game, and mode. Okay, so div, class, top 10, main content. Why isn't it autofilling? Metadata, box art. Okay. We're going to image, and we're going to do Paper Mario, box art. How do we want to do this? Do we want to do this a wide Paper Mario box art? I need a good image here. I'm trying to find a good image for this box art. One moment. Oh. I get the feeling I won't find one. And this is the best I'm going to get. And then the box art's probably going to need to be a height no greater than 75 pixels. We'll run with that. Okay. Mario box art. We are in top 10. Images. Paper Mario box art. Metadata box art. Let's make a class for that over here. Top 10 metadata box art image. Call height 75 pixels without typos. Box art. Oh, did I? .jpeg images. Images. Paper Mario. Box art. The reference is fine. I didn't save this. That's why. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, I was finding box art for Paper Mario. That's all I was doing. So I want these to line up in a row. So class, top 10, main content, metadata. Game details. Okay. H1, in order to force the stacking, I will make the H1 display block. And I need to fill this with the H1 Paper Mario. And then we are going to bring over the same select tool from our speedrun form and bring it into here. And instead of using games, mode. Value is 100%. And that will be 100%. This will be any percent. No glitch. Or this will be any percent glitches. Glitch with glitches. There's probably official names for this, I'm willing to bet, but we're just kind of wing it here. And then I'm going to call this do nothing percent in homage to the Paper Mario playthrough that I didn't finish on my YouTube channel. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and... Oh, since Mystic Seagull decided, hey, you should use CSS Grid. Let's mess around with Grid. Right, are we within meta? Section meta, box art, and game details. Display Grid. Grid. Oh yeah, the template. So I got to define the template. Grid, template, columns. How do we want this? Let's do 25%, 75%. Grid. And we're going to have a row, so that's no problem. Okay, that works out just fine. We just slapped a display grid and forced it into a row. And that works great. We can't do vertiline mid in here. I think until we define a height, memory serves. Well, I mean, the height's automatically. This is Mario Kart. What song? Ba, 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 ba. This is definitely not Mario Kart. That's what it kicks in. It's Sonic. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh. This is why I host the Name That Game tunes, and I don't actually participate all the time. Oh, man. Embarrassing. That's why I got That's why I got the man in the overalls on my hat and not the blue hedgehog. Brandon would be so mad. All right, we won't fiddle with that too much. We've got the idea on paper here. We've got all of our modes. And the idea, if I could be so bold. Can I do that though? No, that's a conditional. I'm not going to mess with that yet. Not messing with conditional statements or anything like that. Not yet. Margin bottom on the leaderboard, perhaps? Margin bottom of... We'll call it... Yeah, let's do 100 pixels. No! I don't want padding bottom, though. I don't want padding bottom. But I'll have to do that. Main content. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, give it some space. Oh, can we just do... Here comes trouble. Here comes trouble. Mixing absolute and relative units. Magical. All right. I have to admit, I am losing some steam a little bit. It's been quite a week. And I've been thinking, and I already, didn't I change that? Hold on a second. Fast. All right, can I focus on something? Images fast. And get rid of the class. There we go. So if I go back to the profile, is it fast.svg? Oh, it's a PNG. My bad. There we go. Now I fixed it. There we go. Website's shaping up. We actually have 3 pages conceptualized and ready to go. Maybe we can whip up that contact form real quick, too. We'll just copy over the index. And then the main will just get wiped. And we'll call that contact form content. Sure. And then in our navigation, we will add contact.html. You know, and not delete the quotation mark that we need. So, casually delete that. And we'll add that to the rest of our navigation. Does this music fit or what, guys? Not at all. Mood. The mood. You know what? This should be a relaxing time. Dragon Quest X? What a great man! Who makes these soundtracks for Dragon Quest? Props. Action is post. Method is methods post, you idiot. The actions, what is going to be the file that you post to. The file you post to. Okay, class. Contact form content. We don't need this. We don't need it. We've already defined a class. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do a label for name. Did we have to name the label name? Did we do that? Index. For. It's for the name of the select or the input field. It's for our screen readers to know name or username. And I will put the inputs on the same line. And you will like it. For email. And we'll put our required on there. We'll put type email. Name email. Okay. And then what next? Message. Message. And then text area. Name is message. ID is message. There you go. Ugh. Gross. Contact form. Content form. Okay, we're going to create a 6th section of our table of contents. And we're calling this contact form. Easy. Go back to the top. I'm scrolling, but I could just... This handy little feature on Visual Studio Code, if you haven't, you've never used it, it actually gives you a vertical overview of your entire document, and you can quickly jump to the section you want. And I'm glad that it's visual, because I know that these right here are going to be each member of the table of contents. So if I can count down from whatever number I need to be at, I can go right down to where I want to go. So contact form, we're going to change this form up. First of all, let me go back here, just before I forget. H1, have a question. Contact the speed team today. Did I style H1s in particular to do that? Let me look at the code and inspect. They do have top and bottom margins, and I believe that is a browser default. I don't want that unless I really want it. Okay. Let's see, form. Contact form, content form. And then contact form, content form, form. And then I want to label nth child. How do I want to organize this? I can't do inline block for all of them because then they'll all be in line with each other. So do not do that. Do I want to use clears? I could. I could just dabble and just use clear and just come up with a solution. Alright, so for the French child n plus 1. No, not n plus 1. Or do I do n? I'll just have to wing it. The labels are all going to be the same, so it's going to be display in line block, and then contact form, input. I have 2 inputs, right? So input, yeah, clear right. That's not going to work, is it? That works with floats. Oh. Let's just make it easy on ourselves here. We will take each one of these and stick it inside of a div. Did I copy instead of cut? Ooh. And certainly, not everything that I'm doing is the best way, but that's okay. It's okay because as I do things and as I learn, we're going to learn how to do things better. Look at that. That's all we wanted to do, really. So I'll do form div for my styling instead. Form div, and we're going to do padding top top right, bottom left. I haven't applied the class to form. So contact form content. Hit. Wait. Whoa. Contact form. I don't know why I did that in the first place. That was kind of senseless, wasn't it? There it is. And of course, we do need a submit for this form. Button of type submit, send message. Look at that. And that's content, form button. And we're going to text the lines. Center. Display block. Do as I say, button. That's worth a shot. Missing something there. Form content. Button. Form button. Oh. There you go. Haha. Eat that. Easy contact form. Doesn't take very much to make one. To style it the way you want, it's a different story, but look at that. We have a website. We're able to navigate to different things. We could publish this right now. It wouldn't do anything, but we could publish it. let people see it. This is enough, you know? And we could even do something down here on the top 10 page. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on there. There's the table. We could do a form action method get. Could do something like this. Label for search for a game. Input type text. Name search. ID search. Sirach. We could do that too. And button type submit. Search now. Look at that. Easy enough. And if anytime you want to search for another game, we could even do something where there are plenty of websites that have search fields where as you type what you want, it will already give you a predetermined set of results on the page for you, so you don't have to hit the search now button. But just by clicking that option, it'll take you right to the game that you want to see a top 10 list for. You can call it autocomplete. When I think of autocomplete, I think of something like this, where I am typing a word and that search field happens to be referencing a dictionary or prior searches. I think of autocomplete like that, whereas it's like the quickest example I can think of is the IT support ticketing system my company uses is Jira. And when you go to the search field and you type in a ticket number reference, it pulls up references to the actual tickets based on the number you're putting in the search field. And it will actually give you like a preview of what the description of the issue is, and you can click on it. That's what I'm thinking about. And I guess you can call it autocomplete. That's a fine way to describe it, I guess. Auto-interpret. Could be. I don't know if that's... I'm trying to think of what the official nomenclature for that feature would be. Because, yeah, I would... Like, in my mind, I would try to distinguish those two ideas. The idea of just trying to fill in the word you're trying to type versus this is what you are looking for. And I think that's what auto-interpret is what I'm looking for here. That's what I would like. Now, to build this feature out initially, maybe we don't worry about auto-completion or auto-interpret. We just do a search, and then maybe, like if I spell super wrong, which I actually do a lot, perhaps we can do something like, did you mean super instead of sweper? Or have an algorithm that can smartly determine what you're looking for, or just give us a list of results based on the characters that you've typed. Like a percentage auto match thing, where if you typed 95% of the correct characters for the game title, it'll just generate a list anyway. Like, it will count like an array. It'll iterate through an array of characters for the game title and display a result. Right, yes. Yes. Because right now, this just shows me things. Doesn't show me anything relevant to video game speed. This is not a Sonic Music soundtrack. Somehow this is Poke Park 2. Amazing. They had some fun with this one, that's for sure. Oh, sorry guys, I need to take a break. There we go. So, this is one thing that I always stress when you're working on a project. If you ever feel overwhelmed with an idea, or you're stuck on something, or maybe you're just, every now and then, you just have to take a break, even if maybe you don't feel like you need to. Give your brain time to catch up, slow down, take in what you've done so far, and all the ideas that are getting tossed around in your brain, and just let it be for a bit. So, even though I could probably keep doing stuff, I am going to force myself to take a break. So, every soundtrack, see, I'm never going to get that wrong again. Every time I hear a song, I'm just like, my first guess is a Sonic game of some kind, but just in case, here's my backup guess. By the way, I do want to take this time to plug a stream that's going to be happening in 2 nights. Thursday night, in 2 days, 2 nights, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be having our second monthly Name That Game Tune. And all it is it's a competition where you listen to music from video games, and you try to guess what game that song is from. It's a lot of fun. Even if you're not a good typer, even if you're slow, you get to listen to some really great and interesting, maybe some music you've never heard before. And we all get to have a fun time. That's in 2 nights. That's Thursday night. And I try to hold this once a month, in the middle of the month. So I invite you all that are watching right now to attend that. Mark your calendar for Thursday night this week. We'll be doing that. The theme is New Beginnings. I'm not going to tell you what it's exactly about, but I'll reveal what the theme is about the night of that competition. My friend Odin Spack, one of my Hamilton friends, he's the one that inspired me to do the Name That Game Tune competitions. He just makes it so much fun. He made it so much fun. And New Beginnings Q Pout. That's not quite it, but that is. See, the thing with the Name That Game Tune competition, if you've never participated, Cerberus, each set of 4 songs is themed. There's a round title, and each of those 4 songs relates to that theme in some way. So you could do something like The Start of the Journey as a theme, and then play the Pallet Town theme from Pokemon Fire Red. And once you hear the song, you kind of think, oh, okay, I know that song, but what's the theme? And then you hear the next song, and if you know that one, and you can kind of tie the ideas together, you'll be like, oh, that's what I'm looking for. And then you could possibly have a better opportunity to know what songs are coming up. But there's thousands of video games. So now, to kind of stay on brand with the audience that I have, I do gravitate towards Nintendo games. However, I'm not like a lot of people that like Nintendo games. I do a broad brushstroke of games. I love PC. I've played Xbox and Xbox 360 games in the past. PlayStation, handhelds. So there's a whole library that we can pull from. And it's a lot of fun. So, ooh, let my brain deflate a little bit. Except this song won't let me. Spyro. This is Radio Nintendo, right? Oh, but technically they had the Reignited trilogy, so technically Spyro is now in the Nintendo wheelhouse. That's just great. Let me go ahead and close these here. All right. Very nice. Just going to relax a little bit. To be honest, though, I think I do want to wrap. And if I go back here, just kind of show off what we've done so far, just for the VOD for the end of the stream. Because honestly, my head's getting a little... So I'd want to take care of myself, too, and make sure I get some good rest. I do have to go back to work tomorrow. So we've got our home page. We've decided on a color scheme to use. So everything kind of fits together better. Except for this page. We're going to work on this, okay? That is a work in progress. We've got the top 10s page. The idea is there. This is pretty much what I wanted to go with to start. And you know, as we build a user account system, we can link to these gamer profiles and make some generic ones. We did a lot. We honestly, I think, made a lot, maybe more progress than we did on day one. We added some more pages and ideas. We're starting to roll forward a lot. Okay. So, and we've only spent, what, 6.5 hours total on this website so far? This is 6.5 hours of focused but methodical labor. This is not... I'm pretty sure I could build something like this in far less time, but then again, the benefit of going at a slower pace is if you want to think of ideas as you go along, you kind of have the freedom to do that and not feel so stressed about coming up with a finished product so quickly, because then I can get all these new ideas on paper and I could add so much more to it, to this project. Anyway, one thing I always do at the end of these streams is raid. Whether we have a lot or not many people, I love to just take our energy in our group and bless somebody else's stream and give them some encouragement. So what I am going to do right now is find a streamer that we're going to raid today. I know we don't have a sizable group, but if you don't mind, just stick around. Let's raid somebody, say hello, and then you can either stick around and watch them or just feel free to go. Let me find one. Let's see, who is our target today? I did Kelsachu last week. Maybe we can do Youngtown. He's playing Overwatch right now. How do you guys feel about that? I gotta think of a message we gotta give him, though. What message? Let's do... Sure, let's just do that. Funky Power. Funky Power. He is a musician, also. A hip-hop musician. He also sings really well. He's doing Overwatch right now. But he's also looking for some voiceover work, and he's super talented. It's amazing. So we're going to go ahead and raid Youngtown playing Overwatch, and we're going to send him the message, Funky Power. So, anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this stream. I look forward to Thursday night, this Thursday, where we're going to be doing some Name That Game tunes. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can join us. This has been PowerToMario, and I cannot raid this channel. What? Excuse me? Oh, no. Why can't I raid him? Is there some sort of... Can he block raids? Uh-oh. I might have to choose somebody else. I'm gonna have to find somebody else, guys. No, I'm typing it in my chat. I've got Streamlabs OBS up, so I've got the. Let me look that up real quick. Can I not raid certain channels? Twitch. Well, maybe he's got that. I think he might have some sort of control over raids, and he may not want the raids. So he may have some, because I think he's a Twitch partner too. So, oh well. Let's pick someone else, someone new. Recommended channels. Stardew Valley. Someone I've never watched before. Okay, so there's someone named SalMets100 that's doing an all achievements run of Stardew Valley. Ooh. I've really never watched this game either. So let's go ahead and raid this channel. We're going to do just Stardew Power. There's our message, Stardew Power. And we're going to go ahead and raid SalMets100. Is that right? Did I get that right? Yep. Sure did. There we go. This has been PowerToMario. You all have a wonderful night. And give Salmet some love tonight. Stardew Power. I'll see you next time, this Thursday.
Maple syrup's what one of the tappers is for. Bottle that. Oak resin is another one. Oh, pomegranate is for that? I didn't know that. Here's another mushroom. Nautilus shell appears in the beach on winter. Yo, thank you for the raid, PowerToMario. How's it going? I think that name's familiar. That's definitely familiar. I definitely need to get an emote for the, notification for the, raids, though. Stardew Power. Oh, it's such a good game, dude. Basically, you farm. But, oh gosh, it's so good. Like, so, for, like, reference on, like, how well this game is done, it's like an indie game made by, like, a small group of people, 3 or 4, 5 maybe, and it's like one of the best-selling games of the whole decade. It came out like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's still one of the top-played games on Steam. So yeah, it slaps. I love it so ridiculously much. I've put about 100 hours into it, probably. Specialty fish. It does slap. It absolutely does. Do not eat the cave carrot. I didn't grab the aquamarine. Ugh, I needed it. What did I need these for? And thank you for the follow, PowerToMario. I need these for the exotic foraging bundle. That's what it was. Slaps hard enough to cook the chicken and the egg. Exactly that. Let's see. You go in there. I need to sell my hot pepper. The game's jumping around a bit sometimes. That usually doesn't happen to me. It's not a very high intensity game. What do we need? You know what this could be? Oh. Sometimes exactly when I get like my hot pepper to come out, George will request a hot pepper. And I don't know why it happens, but it's very specific. And it does happen. That's something he'll request every now and again, because apparently, I don't know, he says he rubs it on his knee, and it helps with arthritis? I don't know. It's nonsense. Have a flower.